Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. Let's break down everything that I discussed during the Crypto Minute and one additional story that I actually like. We'll get to it soon. And yeah, it involves Shiba Inu. Anyway, FOMC meeting starts tomorrow, and the is that they're going to pause. I hope they do pause because there's a lot of data that's trailing that they need to actually stop for a second, turn around and look at that data before they move forward. Now, if they were to pause, I believe the next one is in September 19th, right? If they were to pause, September 19th brings another choice: continue the pause or raise rates. If they were to continue the pause, that would be huge. And the reason why I think it would be huge is because the next one would be in November, and that would mean very good news for everything that's going on and lead to a very good Christmas season. Why? Think about it. Let's just take a second. They get decent news. They pause now, get decent news, pause again in September. November brings the choice of a pause or a decrease, most likely. That would be the pivot point. I think that they would most likely pause, right? That would mean Christmas would be great. That would mean we would see 2024, which also has a halving event for Bitcoin, see 2024 come in strong. That is going to be huge. So I think by the end of the year, we're going to be doing very well. I think possibly before then, right? Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, I kind of like this guy, says that, listen, crypto regulation in the United States is going to come along sooner or later, and he's got good hopes for it. I do too, but I think a couple of things have to change. I think that we need to stop the war on crypto. That's one. And that war is being waged, amazingly enough, by the Democrats. Yeah. Yeah. It's Republicans that actually want to do something positive for crypto. Democrats don't. This is what I mean by it's not necessarily about political party. It's about the laws and regulations and who can do what. Pay attention to that stuff, right? Party affiliation almost doesn't matter. That's what matters. Where does that person stand? Elizabeth Warren has a bee in her bonnet, a burr underneath her saddle, all about crypto. And it's amazing because I sit back and I kind of go, but crypto is it helps regular people, doesn't hurt regular people. Why are you expending so much energy here when you could be going after Wall Street and all kinds of other things? I mean, US banks are having issues, meeting EU regulation. What is it, MiFID? They're having problems addressing MiFID regulation. How about you focus on that? Because that could be a problem if they don't actually get registered or, meet those compliance standards. Focus over there. That's where you should be. Instead, you're worried about an industry that is less than $1 trillion, or about, give or take $1 trillion. I mean, there are companies that control more money than that. I mean, really? Anyway, what's the next up? You have Custodia Bank. This one is actually really interesting to me. Custodia Bank was founded by Caitlin Long. She's a former Morgan Stanley executive. And the whole purpose of Custodia Bank is to be a conduit for crypto to fiat. That's where she wants to be. And the application that they're looking for, that they're seeking from the Federal Reserve, is to have a master account. That would make it easier for them to handle transactions and all that other good stuff. Well, here's a problem. The Federal Reserve doesn't want that. They don't. But they also have no real reason to say no. So a Wyoming federal court has said this case is going to go forward. Yeesh. That means the Federal Reserve could take it on the chin. It's highly possible. I'm just playing with the beats my mom gave me. So that is interesting to me. That I want you to play this out in your head, right? To me, if Custodia Bank is able to go forward, Custodia Bank fills a void or could fill a void left by banks like Silicon Valley Bank, right? Because they'd be able to service the industry, except they wouldn't be handcuffed or intimidated like other banks have been with, by rather the SEC. That's kind of a big deal. That's kind of a very big deal. I'm talking about the SEC. Andreessen Horowitz is opening up an international office in the UK, and it's such a big deal that the UK Prime Minister welcomed them into the country. Let that wash over you for a minute. I know it sounds funny, but I want you to think about this. While the US is faltering, other countries are eating our lunch. Period. Eating our lunch, snacking, and leaving the dishes. Not even in the sink, on the table. On the table. What does that mean? That means while the United States is mucking around with lack of regulation in the space, lack of clarity for the space, companies are looking at other countries that are saying, hey, come over here. Our friends like UK are inviting those companies. Our enemies like Russia are inviting those companies. Do I have to talk about Hong Kong and China? Do I really? Stop and think about this. We're moving backwards while everybody else is moving strongly and sure-footedly forward. We need to catch up. We used to be in the lead, and now we're very far behind on flipping everything. Name a new innovation that we're ahead of the game where the government isn't trying to screw it up. Name one. Yeah. Then you have Polygon Labs. I'm a huge fan of Polygon, and this tickled me pink. Polygon Labs said, hey, listen, Polygon is not a security. And by the way, we built it out. So we built the network outside the United States. Think about that. They actually foresaw this coming. They saw it. And they said, yeah, we're not going to develop this in the United States. We're going to make sure that we develop this outside the United States. We're going to make sure that it is decentralized. We're going to have a bunch of validators, all that good stuff. They just added Deutsche Telekom as a validator. These are big moves by these projects to say, hey, listen, we're not going anywhere. We're in it for the long haul. We should be paying attention. Something else that we should be paying attention to is any project that's looking to actually build out infrastructure for the future. Enter Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is saying we're going to have multiverse capabilities, blockchain capabilities, Web3 capabilities, and multiverse capabilities, as well as, what was the other one? Artificial intelligence. While everybody has been flipping out, Shiba Inu has been building out serious infrastructure. I mean, there's a long way to go. There is. But they've been building out a lot. Name another project that's undertaking something like that. Shiba Inu is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and that's why I love the project. Satoshi Kusama came out and he said, listen, this is all the stuff that we're working on, and there are a bunch of people that are trying to spread FUD and all that good stuff. We don't care. We're doing what we need to do to build out the community, build out the capabilities of the community. That's going to be big. That is absolutely going to be big. Anyway, you know what we should do? We should take a look at the numbers. Alrighty, let me refresh this. It's been about 10 minutes since I refreshed it. Let's just make sure everything is showing. There you go. All right, so on the negative side, we stop right there. You only have three. None of those are anything that I'm looking at. I do like to take a look. OKB is down a little bit. I do like to take a look because you're in a territory where you could be taking big swings. Today you see something down 4%. but then tomorrow you see them up, 5, 6%. So these are big swings that you could be paying attention to. Let's take a look at what's positive over here. Cardano up 6%. Aptos is up 6%. Nobody else I'm really paying attention to in that regard. Polygon is up 4%. That's actually a big deal. Even though it's underneath, it doesn't meet my 5% rule, but Polygon is dropped significantly, right? I mean, we're talking about a 40% drop in a matter of weeks. A 40% drop. Now, mind you, Bitcoin, so think about a play that I'm thinking about right now. Bitcoin is taking far less of a drop, right? I believe Bitcoin, and we'll see on the other charts. As a matter of fact, we could flip over. Bitcoin, I believe, is still up for the year, while Polygon is down 15%. Bitcoin is up 56% of the year. So if you believe in Polygon, I believe in Polygon. So here's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about taking some Bitcoin and buying Polygon. Why? Because of the buying power. That's why. Because of the buying power. So there's a dip in Bitcoin, but there's a bigger dip for Polygon. If I was to take some of my Bitcoin and buy some Polygon, when Polygon comes back up, that rise might make me more money than sticking with Bitcoin. And yes, I have separate Bitcoin accounts. As you know, I have separate accounts to do different things, and that's something that I'm contemplating doing, because I think it would be incredibly interesting to do something like that. So I'm still playing with the idea, but I think I might just do it. Because it's a big deal. Something else that I'm looking at is Shiba Inu, because Shiba Inu is down significantly. Yeah, we know this. Give me the chart. It's taking a long time to get there. Let's go. Chop, chop. Alrighty. So it had been down a lot, down in the 6s. I thought it was down more than that before. Yeah, it had gone all the way down right there to the 5s, right? So the amount of money that you could have made right there, even the amount of money that you can make from right here to where it was in the 8s, that could be something. So it's something that I pay attention to when I start thinking about, are there any good trades that I could do right now that are basically short term, meaning probably less than a few weeks, right? And this is what I'm contemplating right now. Like, how can I cut my losses by flipping some coins from coin to another coin and seeing how they grow from there? I mean, even Doge is down. So I'm paying attention to all that good stuff. Is this up yet? No, of course not. It takes a long time for this one to come up. And it annoys me because I really like seeing the big board and how that's playing out. Taking a bit long. But I want to show the Fear and Greed Index, which is currently at 47, was at 50. So that's something to think about. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. If you have any questions, anything else, let me know. Drop me a note. Tell me you like what I'm doing, don't like what I'm doing. Critique me, ask me questions. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye-bye.